alive. All right, 5 seconds. Jade Trippy, thanks for the 100 bits. Right, maybe I shouldn't have added text-to-speech for bits, actually. All right, so we've got the turret taking contact in mid, which isn't amazing because it can definitely get messed up by a person playing pillar, but that's an interesting idea from net to start the round off here. We have this Viper setup, which is different to the previous one. So this Viper setup is blocking off this side. I don't know whether he's thrown an orb because I can't quite see it, but this is definitely a different... I haven't seen anyone do this Viper setup before. If you were playing Chamber against this, it would be quite hard to get any good sightlines at all, so maybe that's why they're playing it, but it also seems like it's difficult for the attackers to scale off it. So we're taking Skydog through. Up the volume? It's on full volume, bro. This is just the... This is the volume. This is the fucking volume. It's just quiet. I can increase this. There we go. I'll put that up. Alright. Alright, so they've paranoid in. Tens is... Oh, Tens Omega whiffing, which is unusual for him, isn't it? There's Leaf with a good nade. Stops John Cutie for going for a flood retake. Sassy has haunt lineups that land up here that can be really useful from this position, but I think he's already used it. Yeah, he's on a 20-second cooldown. Zelsis got 2, but not enough. So G2's attack side is going to look much, much more similar to what we've seen from other teams. Like the Sunset video that I put out on YouTube, the G2 are going to be approaching it in a very similar way because they have double smokes, they have a raise, they have a sky, that kind of thing. This Viper setup is really intriguing me. I think this Viper setup is really cool against a Chamber, but against a comp like this, the bad part about it is that normally you're going to be putting a Viper setup that goes something like that and then putting an orb there, right? So that you have the space in the middle to play inside of and you can choose to fight left or right. This one wall kind of blocks you from seeing anything. It blocks the defenders from seeing anything as well, but I don't think you're going to be able to have the wall up and scale at the same time. So you're kind of banking on the fact that you like double face. You have like a person here and a person here, and then you drop the wall and fight them in this area. Unless they're going to put like orb there as well in some of these rounds. Anyway, we'll see. We have a cam here that takes market. Info, 2 players playing around B main. Very passive position from Sassy, who's been asked to look after mid. Dog comes through. Sees Zelsis. Zelsis dies. Does Valen think about a second player here? Yes. And John Cutie almost takes him out. Sassy might be able to get the kill on Valen. He also has a haunt. Remember what I was talked about in this in my YouTube video as well? You want to maintain backside control over B. Actually, I don't think I released that video yet. That's the next video. But backside B control, crazy important.
Can't believe I fund a Tory, but oh well. And I can't wait for you to mess up and say guard 2 on cast.
Guard 2 on cast. Flinkle, thank you for the 6 months. I'm not going to say guard 2. No, you did talk about it in this one? Right. Okay. I can't remember how I split the videos up. So Sassy's just been in that position the entire round, right? He just didn't really... Nobody had the rifles to be able to do anything here. So there's a couple of things that Sentinels can try to abuse if they figure out that they're happening. This turret in mid can get spammed and taken down. Yeah? So breaking this turret at the beginning of the round stops John Cutie... Sorry, not John Cutie. Stops Net from taking a lot of mid control on his own. Also, if you smoke the bottom of mid and just, you know, fight it or push the pillar or something like that. And the other one is this Viper setup. I think they're going to have some trouble breaking the crossfire. All right. So they paranoia very beginning of the round to push back Sassy. Flash goes through this window here to push back Zekken as well. Oh, and you can actually scale up with the... on the minimap, it doesn't look like there's a gap to the right, but there is. Okay. So look, it creates this, like, little angle here for them to fight over. I thought it actually intersected with this corner because I couldn't see properly. It's a little low resolution, the broadcast, but that's okay. So they've pushed people back over towards A. The Haunt now gets good information that there's nobody over there, and this is going to inform the rotates from Sentinels. Zelsis tries to push people back. Look at this smoke up here. Threatening the mid push. Tens probably needs to go and worry about that. Okay, Tens is going to go back and try and clear John Cutie. Tens does kill Net, although I don't think he's aware of it. I think Tens just ran in there and happened to out-duel Net. So a 4v4 retake. What utility is online? Smoke over a market. They've used Haunt a while ago. I think Sassy should have Haunt back sometime soon. Yeah, there's the Haunt. Don't like that Haunt. You should be able to get backside control and use the Haunt in a much better way, I think. Oh, Leaf with a whiff. Nice. Jonah P popping off, though, and that's the bonus round for G2. So, Sentinels are not putting a focus on defending backside B, which I think is super, super important. They are getting like a player in there, but they're not flood defending B very well. And I think that's an incredibly crucial way of defending B. So this is going to put Sentinels in a really odd spot. I also think the G2's plan in this round was really good. They used quite a bit of utility, but it was refreshable utility to push people back over towards A. Oh, I guess it wasn't all refreshable utility. They used Paranoia and stuff. And now they're just going to go for a B-pop. Let's see what the B-pop looks like. So now they have the turret facing down like this. Zelsis goes down, but we didn't watch it. But, you know, he's probably just trying to make something happen. Smoke's going down in the normal spots. Something to pay attention to, because this is an Omen. You know, Tens does have an angle over this smoke, potentially. Stun. Again, nobody from Sentinels trying to maintain backside B control or flood in. And G2 are popping off. Yeah, we can hear you. What's up, bro? Speak. Preach.
No, but what am I supposed to do? Where is how am I going to watch and talk?
Well,
He's going to broadcast me onto the channel. Can you hear us? I can't hear him.
who is that?
They can.
Is that Kaplan?
You already pumped me in?
I can't tell who that is.
Wait, what picture am I watching? Here. Throw me the link to the broadcast.
Yeah, this is on their stream.
Did you already throw me live?
Miles, thanks for the 100 bits.
Insider trading, Sideshow has
Take me off
decided
while
to
I
pay
get it
off
set up.
5 lucky viewers' student loans. Type I luxuries to enter.
Oh. A little late there from Tens on the fault line, and Zekin gets hung out to dry. TP right into the back from Valen. Interesting play. We saw Haodong doing a lot of this kind of stuff where he aggro TPs as Omen. Haodong was aggro TPing into this spot with a fade ult that went like this. And instead, Valen goes all the way to the back of site. Paranoia seems pretty good here as well. But they are in a 2v3. They're waiting for it. Great double up from Trent and Valen here. The dodge of the flash. Oh my god, it's Trent. Trent! Trent! Oh my god, Trent! Jonah P, my face when Trent clutches. Holy fuck. Alright. So, Zekin died at the... So this is one of the reasons why I think that Sentinels comp doesn't make too much sense, is because they're struggling to maintain A control. And as I reiterated multiple times in my video, if you lose control of this portion of A, suddenly it bifurcates and you just have to look after so much more of the map. Oh my god, this is aggressive from Zekin. Alright, blast packs in. Takes down Net, who's been trying to scale pretty aggro at the start of these rounds. Dog breaks the trip. These players are late in.
Right.
So
There's a lot of questions about this, so let me answer a few. Rob Moore,
wow,
nice
Leaf is popping off. Okay, it's Rob Moore.
It's a show match. It's October. People are trying things out.
Okay.
Don't get freaked out. This is G2 show match. They're hosting it. They're producing it. But they needed some offices, so they're here at Sentinels HQ.
Oh.
Competing here, but they're in charge of the production. They went with a no casters approach. If you want the equivalent of
that's so funny. That's so funny.
Terex Twitch.
They went for the no casters approach.
Okay. This map and we'll answer legit questions for people.
Okay, so this Viper's Pit seems pretty cool as well, because it's going all the way towards the back. Oh, Pancada is sick, yeah. Alright, this is a sick position from Valen, though, because Valen's going to be able to get a kill here and TP away. Well, he doesn't go for the TP away. This is going to be a difficult one for Zekken to win. He does have his ult. There's a chance that Zekken wins this with ult, but I just think it's really unlikely. Taps. Okay, Trent's going to give away his positioning by throwing that snake bite. Now Zekken does as well. I thought Zekken might ult based off the snake bite being used, but he didn't.
This is like watching a script. So when we watch a script, this is how we watch a script. You don't have any audio. And
he should have ulted. I think it. You know, you could make that. You could make that argument for sure that you could have ulted.
So, like I said, if you want,
if I mute chat, then you guys won't hear any of the utility.
Down the action, you absolutely can do that.
He's not in my call. This is Rob Moore, the CEO of Sentinels.
Here at Sentinels HQ.
We can't hear any of the util anyway. All right, fuck it. All right, I'm gonna put it on mute for now then. Rob said that he's gonna be there for the first map, and then we'll unmute at the end of the first map. But I'm going to get bothered by the fact that I can't hear any utility. All right, so they've Omen smoked aggressive over here, but this Omen smoke really doesn't do too much. Actually, it kind of does. Stop. Miles, thank you for the 100 bits. So the wall up here does actually allow this Omen to just watch this angle, right? I was going to say the one-way doesn't do too much because they don't have a good angle to defend, but they do. So I feel like this setup, again, works best if you commit the Viper Orb here, too. And then you can just drop the Viper Orb when you actually want to contest Ali. All right, so now they're going to take some mid-control. It's a bit dangerous when they don't have the smoke up top, but they've thrown the Viper Orb top. That's a weird one, considering you have an Omen. Trip gets broken as well. Triple stack over here towards B, but they have no B main control, no market control. And it's only Sassy defending mid. So this is horrible map control for Sentinels, but they're just hoping that they run into the stack over towards B. It's going to be a split here. Valen's not really going to get pressured. I don't know what Tens... I mean, Tens is holding a stun, but he's just giving away his position, so he's going to die. Valen does get traded, though, by John Cutie, and I don't think Zekken's giving away where he's playing. Yep. Zekken gets 2. Oh, and the ult. Zekken's won the round for them. Right, so G2 went into the stack, and they ended up dying there. I'm not convinced that Trent's Viper setup is better than the default Viper setup that's being used, but I do think it's interesting. You could see in this round how Zelsis was able to basically hold A on his own by holding this angle, right? If I bring up the minimap here. Oops. Oh, the minimap changes depending on the observer POV. So Zelsis was on this angle, right? Which doesn't get blocked off by any of the Viper utility because the orb is over here and the wall goes like that. So they need to push a player away from this because they're not putting the orb there regularly. So they're going for the triple stack on B again at the start of the round. They have a stun here, but they don't have Showstopper, so I don't really understand how Zekken's going to peek off this stun. All right, they stun, and yeah, it looks a bit awkward. They go 1 for 1. Tenz's Breach is taking first contact there. And now now, what's his name? Leaf has picked up his Showstopper. So now the attackers have Showstopper to work with. And this should be really difficult. On the other side of the map, this player got killed trying to hold the Viper line. And that's not a good position for Zekken to be playing in. Yeah, so I suppose the benefit of running this Viper setup is that there's only one spot that you have to look at. If you swing through this wall, you only have to look at this spot. So your crosshair placement's going to be good, but you're still swinging through a Viper wall. They're going to exec here, 4v2 with the Showstopper. There shouldn't be any threats. There's nobody anywhere close as well. Sassy's in spawn. They even have the snake bite there. That's quite nice. They throw the snake bite inside this molly too at market, just so that nobody can push out with a prowler or a haunt or anything like that. Seems very reasonable to me. And it looks like we're just going to chill for a bit. I'm just going to check the volume again. Wait a second. Wait a second. The people talking may have stopped. So, what I'd like to see Sentinels do is play much more aggressive with their breach. At the moment, they're using their breach reactively. So, what we've seen from Tens is he tries to fault line this if he's anchoring A, or he's trying to re-clear this, but the re-clear is shit. I mean, trying to re-clear by standing in this corner and stunning like that is just poo, in my opinion. Because by the time you take the contact here, they could be tucked in this corner and kill you, and the stun wouldn't hit them, because they're going to have ways of being able to fight you from, like, back here, where they swing back in.
F1. Yes, go to the Twitch Tarek if you want some insight into the gameplay. He's actually hanging out there with Chaz.
It's all right. We only got one sentence. Don't worry about it. Oh, Trent's throwing the mid lineup from here. Look at that. An inconsistent jump throw lineup. Where have we seen these before? So now Zekken's got the operator, and he's on the other side of the wall. Oh, look how awkward this makes it for Zekken. He's got to back off. That stun is poo from Tens.
There might be some more Terra Bloodwig commentary coming soon. Look out for tomorrow.
Okay, now they've lost alley control. So how are they going to defend alley? They need to be looking over towards alley. So Zekken's going to pick that up. I want to see where a lockdown is. Ah, so this is where they're going to use the lockdown from, in alley. It does push people pretty far away, but they still have a sightline here. I look at Tens and Zekken. They still have a sightline to try and track these players. So that nade is... Actually, I think the nade missed, but the nade was supposed to be useful. Paranoia goes through onto these players. They break the haunt. The haunt isn't comboed with a flash, which would have made it a lot more useful. Valen cancels that. Turret's up. Alarm bot's watching the flank. Turret gets broken. I'd like to see Leaf up top on top of this box instead of on the low ground. Oh, the flash does end up being good there. All right, good flash from Tens, and he got 3 kills with the Sheriff. We didn't see the first, and the second was a trade. The third was somebody flashed, but nice work being able to push together there. Good trading from the team. Miles, thank you for the 100 bits. Yeah, so Zekken's trying to contest this Viper setup with the operator, but didn't work amazingly. Ten's ultimate should be really good.
Tarek, he is on his Twitch streaming the match. Talk.
Rob Moore just plugging the Tarek stream. So this looks like they're going to breach all into... No, they're going to fault line at the beginning. So they fault line to try and get Zekken the angle. So they fault line like this. Zekken gets on the angle here. So that's more proactive. I like that. I think it's possible to timing that fault line. Ooh, dodgy from Sassy. Dodgy. So one of the advantages of throwing a Viper Orb here is that you can drop it whenever you like. Prowler being used. Sassy gives away where he's playing. This Omen Smoke. Lovely for them to try an A-split. Really well played by Leaf. Lovely utility there. The nade to push them back. And now Zelsis is in a tough spot. Best case scenario, Zelsis gets 1. He got stunned by his own breach, which ain't great. But he still went 1 for 1. And here's where the breach ult has a lot of value. Valen got away from the breach ult aftershock combo by using his TP, and then he got himself into the goated spot back site, and he just traded everybody out. Not a great retake, not set up for the flood. They just kind of sent the breach ult and ran in. This lurk play from Net was nice. And actually, G2 executed a really nice mid to A push there. So I saw a lot of teams doing mid to A where they would forget to smoke here or they would smoke too deep. I saw teams doing mid to A where they just kind of walked through and were too slow to move. You notice that they moved mid to A with a lot of pace there. They have to go all the way mid to A in the time that this Omen smoke is up.
G2, you have the guard who've been together for basically 2 years of the 4 players and been playing together for 2 years.
It's very true what Robmur is saying. It helps having a roster that's been around for longer. Hi, Tarek plus G2 sucks. In the background of the G2 player cams, because they're using the Sentinels headquarters. Who's he talking to, though? Probably people in the YouTube chat, because I'm on the YouTube stream right now for Sentinels. So it looks like they're going to do the same setup again, where the Prowler gets information here, and then they're going to fault line if there was people running up. So now they've got 3 over towards A, though. So now they need to rotate because they've got somebody posted on this line, right? So now that they've got Zekken posted on the line, they can rotate both of these players away. Sassy's going to stay for a little bit just in case Zekken gets pushed off. But over towards B, we're seeing an exec coming through. Leaf is really deep into sight already. I like what Zelsis is doing, but he decides to leave afterwards instead of helping his team maintain back sight control. And now Leaf is making an extremely bold play, but he does have a flash. But yeah, I think that was a bit too ambitious. So what we're noticing with G2 is that they're playing for backside almost every time. Every exec that they're doing on B pushes into backside with Leaf. I think that's exploitable. I think if you hold people in this position or pillar, you're going to be able to kill Leaf at least a good amount of the time. Oh my god, Valen got caught there. He was trying to TP into market and he fucked it up. Oh, Jonah P, man. Jonah P got to be one of the most improved players of all of Valorant. I feel like he's become a world-class flex player. World-class.
Last round before the switch.
Whereas in the past, I think he was a little shaky. He really is so good. Him and Com, yeah, Com too. Yeah. I think it just shows how much of this game on roles like that is down to putting in the hard work.
Conor McGregor, that's a thought.
This is a nice spot. Spike planted.
So John Cutie's gone for a trap that goes like this. So he's got a trap for getting... He's got a kill trip for market. Alright, that's a really heavy investment here. So now G2 have to stop this push from happening. This paranoia screams, we are pushing out of A on the eco round, right? So G2 now need to re-clear this kind of area. And Sentinels are trying to bank on the fact that they would have just gone B instead fast. But I don't think they realize that G2 are normally a bit of a slow mid-rounding team. They're not. So what does the re-clear actually look like here? Does it just use a dog?
This year.
Yeah, dog, Viper Wall.
We're going to be part of. That'll both be announced.
I think Trent is really going to
you'll
miss the
actually
fact
get
that he's
to
using the
watch
Viper
some
Orb mid every round.
Actual Valorant.
So they use the Viper Orb again. It is kind of cool that Trent can drop that Viper Orb whenever they like to put a lot of pressure on the mid player.
Possible during the off season, so we're ready when the season rolls around.
So if you think about what's going on here,
we're willing to like experiment
up towards top mid,
occasionally lose publicly.
if you think about what's going on here up to... well, actually, we've got a side hit coming through. So let's just take a look at what Zelsis is up to. He's getting pushed from both sides, gets taken down. I would prefer to see him playing in this back Diag corner. I think Diag's better for just solo anchoring the site in that situation. Zekken has gone for an ult with the fade ult, but he didn't actually take any space, and then he got flash peeked by Jonah P. Nice shot by Leaf. And Sentinels are just getting absolutely murked here. Absolutely murked. So I want to explain a little bit, though, about what's happening over towards mid. So because this Viper Orb is getting put down here, let's imagine you're a defender holding this spot or this spot or this spot, something like that, right? This attacking Viper Wall can go down at any point. It's not like an Omen Smoke where you know that there's an Omen Smoke there. You can get inside of it maybe even, and you can stop the attackers from getting into it, even if it's the attacker's smoke. This orb can get dropped anytime. So as a defender, holding in any of these 3 spots is pretty dangerous because at any point the Viper Wall could drop and they could be facing you. So I think it's really cool that Trent is using it in that way. It does make this setup a little awkward, but I think they found a really nice way of getting around that. Should we watch some ads? What does Rob Moore think about the ads?
Hey Andy, what's your cash tag?
Oh, I don't have one.
Okay, I'll get you next time.
Okay, I got one.
Dude, where's my bar? Nice.
Oh, thanks, guys.
That's a good one.
That is inspiring acting, I must say.
That's
Inspiring
money. That's cash
acting. Alex Rishlin, thank you for the prime. All right, let's go 2x speed for a sec. I don't know how far behind I am. It says I'm live, but that's just the thing with YouTube. Sometimes it just isn't. It says it is, and it just fucking lies to you. Can you read the worst hot take of all time? Rob Moore acting kind of cute right now. Ooh, that laptop mic got me feeling ways. Could we get a ban on Seth Saucy, please? Could we get a ban on Seth Saucy?
Out around the start of the season. Riot's finalizing the plans.
Do you have or use Cash App? No, I don't. I've never really
And yes,
had
Pancata is
a
sick,
need for
also
it.
subbed in.
But it doesn't seem like a bad app from anything I've heard. Rob just leaked when the team skins drop. Wait, did he? I've just zoned him out. What did he just say? Dude, we've all collectively zoned him out. And he's just dropping the fucking leaks. Oh, he said next year? Well, yeah, we knew that. He said they drop at the start of the next season. Okay. I mean, you would assume that that would be the case, but that's cool that we've got now inside information saying that.
Like,
Okay.
The biggest change is it's October and we're competing. Where last year we really didn't start till January.
True.
And so that's the whole point right now is...
Oh, that is
to
bold
experiment
from
on
Jonah
the
P.
fight
That
field,
is
find the right
very
combinations.
bold. So this defensive setup over towards A does not have a chamber to try to bolster it, right? So they're playing 3 players A at the start of the round to try and hold on to this space, and they've lost it because Sentinels have gone for a late re-clear, which I like the idea of this. Jonah's going to have a bad time here. He gets overwhelmed. This is why the chamber is so useful on this map. It just locks down one of the extremities and fights aggressively for it. If you play behind these 2 lines as the defenders, if you as the defenders only care about this portion of the map, you just lose so much info. John Cutie finds alert kill in mid. Valen tries to get some more info. Here's the other thing about Sunset. It's fucking difficult to re-clear this map on defense. It is really difficult. Which means that as the attackers, if you very slowly take map control like Sentinels are doing now, it's a really good strategy. So, good pistol round by Sentinels. They didn't have to do too much. They just had to really slowly take a bit of A control and wait for the defenders to get antsy. And remember that the whole reason that we're seeing the Killjoy, presumably, is because Net thinks he's going to get more value out of it on the defense side. So they better be able to stack people.
That usually leads to some great highlights. Well, ask a question,
So
Noah.
we've got the Killjoy watching this mid line. Nobody on A. Complete stack over at B. This is just a gamble. Don't really know why 10s flashed as they were taking orb, but I guess just to get the orb.
What's the long-term
That
economic
seems-
model for esports?
that
I think
seems-
everybody's figuring it out.
A little unnecessary compared to just holding while he picks up the orb.
Commentary style.
Okay, John has lurked
Here to
all the
host
way through
ask
A.
some
John
questions
Cutie
if you'd
knows
like
that
to
A
ask
is
them.
completely
Like I
open.
said, if you want some actual game insight, turn on Tarek's Twitch stream.
Where is Tarek got the clean
is-
feed then? I should have hit up Tarek for the clean feed.
Like I said, this is the G2 production. I'm just sitting in on the feed.
I've trolled. This round wasn't particularly interesting. But we'll have to take a look at how Sentinels take map control.
I really like John as the IGL because the kid can frag. So
True. Based Rob
five
Moore
players that can
appreciator
frag.
of fragging IGLs.
Knocked him. One enemy remaining.
People talk chills. Yeah, so what you would expect to see from these two initiators being used together is like, potentially Prowlers being used in mid, market, B main, alley, you know, those kind of spots. You've got
Riot
Breach
certainly has
stuns.
been the best game publisher in esports.
Breach stun down
So we
here,
jumped into it early and made an aggressive
or
move
breach
with that
stun down
roster.
here once you exec into the site.
And obviously we were
Aftershock here is good. Aftershock here is
goal
good.
is to get back to that level.
Alright, so we've got 10's stunning B main. Oh, and a fast play from Zekken. I like that idea. Really good from 10's at Zekken there. Nice idea. And now on the bonus round, they're just going to try and get into B really quickly. Horned deep in backside there. Any attempt at taking backside control, this defensive wall lets them flood. They put the Viper wall up. They don't need to worry about that side. Yeah, here we see G2 flooding. G2 have got... G2 are fucking dying. Whoopsie daisy. John Cutie killing net there. Okay, Sentinels holding on their post plan. Their post plans looked terrible when we were watching them play against MXS, but they managed to stop that. I don't exactly understand how a bunch of players died there, because what I was anticipating happening was this Viper wall being up and all the players retaking like this. And then when the Viper wall goes down, some of them are going to face from this side as well. But actually what ended up happening is I think a bunch of people tried to retake from market and died. So early Sky flash. When I was playing Sky on this map, I was flashing in this corner so that you catch Sassy when he's here. Whereas Jonah P's flash didn't catch.
Best way to start to show your whether you want to be a player or a content creator or an executive, showing the ability to create content and have a voice and a take on the game.
Leaf is ulting that. Okay, if Leaf got a kill though... Wait, there's no fucking way. Okay. If Leaf got a kill with his ult, that round might have actually been winnable. It looked kind of crazy that he sent that, but it's very early in the half, so why not? Go for it. Dirk is a boy. I just, you know, like attracts like, what can I say? Would you have accepted to cast this match with TMV for free if you could shit on them? No.
Celsius is
I wouldn't even want to do that.
Super
Man.
flexible, has the best attitude, and like I say, you never know. Like today, where you need someone to sub in and want to make sure we have a legit sub whenever we need someone. So Celsius just jumping in where needed.
I assume the Viper Orb is being used here, but I can't see it. Ooh, Zekken gets taken down. Yeah. I feel like there should be some breach utility to stop you from being able to stand on this line and just kill Zekken, but I'm not sure exactly what breach utility, because like you don't have a very good angle to go for a fault line there or a flash.
Staff is given a
So
and then they
maybe
put the
you
other
flash at the top as Zekken comes out.
G2 is the guard plus Leaf.
Leaf is trying to hold on to mid control here, as the rest of Sen go for a mid-round audible pivot. Mid to A. This seems... Ooh, wow, good shot from Tens. But Tens has Spike. Tens has Spike. And if they're planning to go mid to A, Tens cannot die to the market player. Balin with a big one. He gets in front of the aftershot, in front of the fault line as well, which is quite decent. But this round should be over. Should be a very tough
Sentinels
retake.
Match of all time might be League of Legends when we were Phoenix 1 and we took out...
Yeah, I'm not listening to the League of Legends talk. All right. Sassy picks off Net, and now it's Trent in a 1v3. And this is going to be very difficult. So I quite like this Viper setup. I've seen somebody else doing it. I can't remember exactly who. I think it was Chishu for EDG. So it blocks off these 3 positions, and I guess it blocks off some of Market as well. But I think Vanity had an even better B setup, where he had his wall here, and then he had like this. It was something like that. And this Viper setup to defend B was very good. It put a lot of pressure on the attackers. Vanity also had a setup that went like this. Something like that anyway. And then he would put the orb there, or put the orb somewhere on here. Anyway, that stun is good, followed up by a Paranoia as well. Puts a huge amount of pressure on these G2 players. Now you've got Prowlers that can take space. They're not actually scaling off it just yet. They did a ton of damage to Jonah P. Prowlers going down. Second's a little late to scale off the Prowler from Sassy, but they've got there in the end. Fade, ult goes in. Zekken should have an easy time scaling off this. Good aftershock from Tens as well. Wow, they're still finding picks, actually, because they killed the players that were going the other direction. This should still be G2's round, but it's now got a lot more complicated, because Valen has a gun. Trent might be able to get a pick over towards CT. I liked the exec from Sentinels. I think it made sense. The timing on stuff was just a little off, but this is a new map and they are a new team. Pepe laugh. Kind of a new team. They just changed John. And some roles around. Oh, God. All 3 of the Sentinels players playing in the same spot here makes me afraid. Oh, Valen chooses a nice timing to try and swing because Sassy had just shot a couple of shots. So Valen's hoping there that Sassy either pushes into the smoke or starts spraying so that Valen can swing on him. And Sassy started shooting, but he didn't spray. He bursted, which meant that he could reset his recoil a bit faster, and he ended up winning the duel. Big round from Sassy there. But yeah, nice breach utility in this round. Really good fault line. Really good aftershock. I can't hear the flashes, so I can't really tell where Tens is flashing, so I can't tell if those are good. We would be able to if we VOD reviewed and we're like slowing this down, but not when it's live. And certainly not without sound. So the C's, we have an aftershock that could be put into the position that Valen's playing at now. Wow, another haunt. Sassy's getting this one back quickly. There's a fight happening over towards Market here. Both of these players have died. Sentinels being able to bust their way in. So this is the tough part. Defending against... So B splits are super good on this map. And defending against a B split, you either, in my opinion, have to run into B main and try and attack the B main players, or you have to play behind this line on B. You have to play like in this area. And most of the time, if it's an early B split, you're too far forwards, so you're not really going to be able to get all the way back to the backside of B. So I think most teams are going to want to fight aggressively forwards there, which means that Sassy's fade ult that went into B main is super good for that, because it stops them being able to properly fight B main, and it allows those Market players to just come around and backstab. It's incredible the difference between Sassy's fade and his Sky, because they're not that different in terms of how the agents work, but I really feel like Sassy's fade is miles better. Yeah, watching without sound really is bad. I'll unmute
Time
again.
out, G2. Come on, chat. Let's see some love for the comeback.
Yeah, let's see some love for the comeback. Let's fucking go, Rob. Let's fucking go. Get the stream from Sean.
Year,
Sean got the clean feed. Fuck.
He gave Psycho a budget, and he put the team together that he thought could win. And Sassy and Pankot are world champs, so our hope is now that they've had a year to get acclimated to playing on an all English-speaking roster, that we'll see that same level of performance. That's the hope.
You are the only person without a clean feed. Dude, it's unreal. It's unreal. And this is like 20 seconds behind. Oh, Sliggy isn't watching the clean feed. Right, okay, okay. Sliggy is also listening to the Peepo Talker,
Running
huh?
an esport team, most of the time it's fun.
So, Stun
Sometimes
comes
it's
down
stressful.
here. Looks like the Paranoia is going to come down there
Not a
as
lot of
well.
rational fans, but that's the
Nice,
whole
good
point.
haunt as
You're
well from
supposed to be
Sassy.
irrational in
This is the one
how
that
much
nobody
you
uses.
love
And
your team.
Trent getting caught out there,
So I
just
appreciate
not
that.
realizing the timings involved.
Even when you're trolling me, I appreciate it.
These execs look nice from Sentinels.
But I really appreciate it when Zekin pops off on Raze.
The initiator utility on these set execs is good from Sassy and Tens. Their defense looked poo. But they do have an attack-sided comp. Oh my god, I thought Tens was about to get detained there.
Player standing.
Oh
Spike
no.
down A.
Oh no, baby. Oh no, not like this. Rob Moore, close your eyes. Close your eyes, Rob.
One enemy remaining.
Wait, John the Savior?
Okay, Egg, stop jinxing my G2.
John
Return from
the
Red
Miracle
17.
Worker?
Diamond. Please and thank you.
Spoon, thanks for the 15 months.
30 seconds left.
Fragging IGL. Rob is going to pop the fuck off about how this kid can frag if John wins this. Fragging IGL. My fragging IGL. Rob? Any excitement? Any emotions, Rob?
Thanks.
Is he eating a fucking sandwich? Rob, hello?
Oh, come on. Let's fucking go! Come on!
Why is he so delayed? Why is he so delayed?
You were asking me about John QT. There you have it, right there.
This kid can frag.
John going so hard, clutching it up, ice in his veins. The kid can frag.
We got the whole bingo card there. We got everything on the bingo card. Oh my god. Okay, different Viper lineup being used here. This is a bit of a weird one. I don't like this one. The Viper ult's interesting though. Look at this Viper ult. You can throw it from a safe position and it goes all the way around into sight. Dude, Tens is planting in the opponent's Viper ult.
Spike planted.
What? Okay, Trent died though, so the pit is down. Both of those players have been owned. That's a nice flash by Jonah P,
Player
but
standing.
should be over. Yeah, okay. G2 are also not able to figure out how to defend A at all here. G2's retakes don't look as good. I think the Fade is amazing for A retakes. And Sentinels are just execing on them and then playing post plants. And how awesome is it that Sentinels are actually playing post plants well?
Getting warmed up here, people.
Yesterday, MXS, or not yesterday, a couple of days ago, their
I think
post
we
plants
won
against
9 rounds
MXS
in a
were
row
terrible.
Since you all gave up on us.
True, Rob. Rob's getting vindicated here. That flash is good for getting information about anybody playing over towards B. But I think G2 are on a bad buy. They're going to push mid with the showstopper, though. This Omen Smoke is just not good enough at defending A properly. Oh, that's a good shot from Trent.
There is a professional observer running the production, but this is G2's production. But like I said, it's a show match,
Zelsis is getting
so you got to roll with it.
quite aggro here. Oh, yeah. That's gonna hurt.
There is no
That's
commentary.
gonna hurt.
This is just me answering some questions, watching the game along with you.
What a weird way of pushing out by Leaf.
Come on.
Sick round by Leaf, though. Yeah. I think Zelsis overpushes just slightly there. Again, in my opinion, it's really important for the attackers if you take the full amount of B. to just hold this area, but holding this area doesn't necessarily mean pushing into Boba.
Leaf came up.
Having
big
said that,
there.
I think Leaf just got a great angle with the Showstopper. That's a great ult. That is a fantastic ult. Because most of the time, if you were going to try and defend back site, you would have somebody holding in that spot anyway. And Leaf's ult still would have gotten value. So, it's not really on Zelsis, except that Zelsis, you know, kind of pulled the ult into that direction. Alright, no big ultimates to work with here. 11-11. Got an alarm bot defending mid, but Net's going to have to play in market to keep both of the pieces of his utility up. Oh my god. Dude, Trent is just facing that shit. I think these angles tend to favor the attackers once they have B main control. Again, which is why I think playing Chamber and Sky attacking B main is much better than playing a passive setup with a Killjoy. I still prefer the... Looking at how both of these teams are playing the defense, I think the Chamber is providing a lot more value than the Killjoy and the Cypher. But maybe they're just not playing it very well. Don't know.
There.
I think
There is an age
the
limit.
Chamber does end up being better. John
right?
Cutie takes a bit of a
To be on the tier
peek
1
over
down
towards
18.
market. And these guys have got full B main control right now. I mean, any like fake over here from Sassy that pulls a couple of A players is going to be goated. Ooh, good breach utility there. I like that from Tens. He aftershocks this corner and stuns like up here. Sorry, he aftershocked here and he stunned like that. Nice setup, but they're going into the stack here, Sentinels, instead of just going into B. They overcooked. That's a John Cutie overcook, and they're still fragging their way out of it.
Bomb buddy out. 10 seconds left.
They're still fragging their way out of it.
Finished.
He knows that Tens has got to be close, but Tens wins the duel. Oh, and then the trip as well. The attacking Cypher trip from John Cutie. Dude, John popped off that round.
Match point.
That was not a great mid-round call by John, but he got a lot of kills to make it work. I think Tens is demonstrating some pretty
Let's
like
go.
really good breach utility
No
on
one
the
needs
attack side.
casting the match.
I don't think they
This
had
show
good
managed
enough
G2
ideas on
in
the
production.
defense.
If
But
you
on
want
the
some
attack side,
commentary,
like
Tarek
they're just going to go
and
for their A
Chev are
exec again,
co-streaming it,
where they
so
stun
you can
here, they
actually hear them
paranoia.
live
These
of the
guys are just going to
game
get
on
pushed
here.
so
I'm
far
just
back.
Answering questions.
Look at how
in
nice
chat,
that flash is.
although
That flash is really good.
Right now, I'm more focused on trying to get this victory that you all gave up on about 20 minutes ago.
Haunt as well. Wow, lovely stuff. And Valen's stuck, or he should be stuck. Yep, Valen's stuck. Beautiful. Another great A exec by Sentinels. And the coordination on the double peaks. Lovely. Mwah. Let's fucking go.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
I don't think this Viper setup does enough.
Long.
Wow. Sentinels with
Are
the
you kidding me? Let's
comeback.
go.
Sen with the comeback. Owner roasting his own fans. Based.
What the hell is...
Okay, so here's my hot take. The Sentinels fans are going to overreact and say that they look insane on Sunset. Their defense side looked shit. It looked really bad. But I think that both teams really struggled to get anything going on defense. Both teams had very passive defenses. Both teams were trying to get aggressive over towards A defense, but they just couldn't. And neither team was really pushing mid on defense to try and flank retake. Sentinel's composition was very to do with, oh my god, Celsius is fucking screaming at him. Sentinel's comp was very built around both initiators having good execs into the sites, and on the attack side, I think Sassy and Tenz's utility was super good. Super good. I couldn't pay attention to the breach flashes as much, but all the breach flashes that I saw, apart from a couple over towards B to take the ult orb, seemed very solid. Their A exec seemed better than their B exec. But that A exec looks nice. That A exec looks real nice. And also, guys, they were winning the post plants. They were getting the plant down against MXS and losing every time to the MXS retake, which didn't happen here. And G2 are not running a retake composition. They only have one initiator. But you should still be able to get decent retakes going with, you know, Sky Flash, Paranoia, using the Viper wall that they put down over towards A. They just couldn't get it going. They lost too many players early to the exec as well.